Hey gamer girls, my name is Gunty, and today we are doing an in-depth analysis of whether or not iDubbbz, or Ian Jomha, has become a full-fledged LOLCOW. I've been seeing a lot of reports from various different sources claiming that iDubbbz has now become a LOLCOW, and I wanted to use my intense level of expertise that I got in getting my doctorate in LOLCOWology from Streamers University, under the tutelage of Smokey MCC and Gino Samuel. Now, as you all know, there is no scientific definition as to what defines a LOLCOW, but I think that we can identify them using three major points of criteria. The first criteria is that the individual will oftentimes volunteer very weird personal information that is incredibly embarrassing, basically self-reporting all the time for their logs to monitor. It is very important to distinguish that these people are reporting this about themselves. They're volunteering this information willingly from primary sources to people. Now, oftentimes other people will report information about LOLCOWs, but a lot of it has to come from the source themselves for me to really feel like they truly are a LOLCOW. The second core criteria is what I consider to be losing your audience. Whenever people stop laughing with you and start laughing at you, you are getting into LOLCOW territory. Basically, your audience is made up more of people hate watching or watching to laugh at you than it does contain actual true fans of your content. Think of all those Chris Chan SingStar Challenge videos. No one was watching those videos because they honestly wanted to see Chris's attempt at singing and producing fun karaoke videos. They were watching those to laugh at a weirdo. The third and final criteria I use to determine a LOLCOW is what I consider the economic factor. This is when people who are making videos about you are making more money collectively than you are making producing your own videos. Wings of Redemption talks about this a lot. He says that, whenever he puts up a stream or he puts up a video, there are 9 people making a video about his video or his stream who are all making more money than he is on that initial stream or video that he produced. At this point, you have basically lost control of your own narrative, and it is being written by people who are commentating on what you are doing or reacting to it. That being said, this is typically the hardest criteria in my opinion to likely prove, but I'm going to give my best shot here for iDubbbz. So with the first criteria, I think it's quite obvious that Ian and his wife are offering up way more embarrassing information that anyone with common sense would ever think is necessary. Granted, it is great that creators are transparent and share a lot with their audiences, but there is definitely a line where you are sharing stuff that is not really relevant to anything and just kind of embarrassing. Now, yes, is Ian's wife the one who is sharing a lot of that information? But you have to keep in mind that Ian is co-signing and signing off on all of this stuff when it goes up on their podcasts or his channels or his videos or when she's doing interviews or whatnot. It's not like she's going into a dark alley to tell Keemstar all of this information to be used against Ian. This is all stuff they're giving up willingly. No sane person is going to be sharing that they're pooping their pants all the time to a wide audience, or that their wife is removing their wedding ring to go hang out with some weirdo streamer. Now, moving on to the second criteria, losing your audience, I can already hear some of you saying, hey Gunty, this isn't the case. People are still earnestly watching iDubbbz. The like versus dislike ratio on his videos is still relatively good, and it's hard to say that he's lost the majority of his audience. Now, my main counter to that and why I think he fits this criteria is I think a lot of the support that's been pouring out for iDubbbz is not related to his recent content. I don't think people are truly enjoying his content cop video for being funny or truly that entertaining. I think they just like that he has the same opinions as them, and they see this as an opportunity to leave a like or a supportive comment on a video or a video in support of it as a way to fight back against people they politically disagree with. I think as soon as a lot of the Hassan versus Ethan Klein beef dies down, iDubbbz is going to lose a large percentage of his audience who are only watching just because they want to hurt Ethan Klein and bolster support for Hassan. And even then, I think a lot of the discourse related to the like versus dislike ratio, there's a lot that can or cannot be proven, and I think ultimately, if I trust my gut, I think that more people are watching those recent iDubbbz videos, hate watching them to see how silly and dumb iDubbbz is and how much they hate him now, than they are watching it in support. For my third and final criteria, I think iDubbbz has truly lost the economic battle, and I think he has no control over the narrative regarding his content. Just going based on Nicholas DiOrio's stream stats and the amount of views I see iDubbbz get on his content cop versus the amount of people making reactions or commentary to it, the ratio is crazy. I mean, even myself, I get a good amount of views, well above what I normally get when I talk about iDubbbz, and I would imagine that the amount of money coming in for people talking about iDubbbz has well surpassed anything that he has made from his own videos. Just looking at like Kino Casino, Sensitive Society, all of these people making these million view videos talking about it. It's kind of crazy. And with that comes the loss of control of the narrative. I don't think iDubbbz is in control of how he is represented or how he is perceived in the media. I think it is mostly coming from commentary channels, which I think is usually the final nail in the coffin determining someone as a LOLCOW. I can say confidently with my diagnosis that iDubbbz, as he sits right now, is in fact a LOLCOW. Now, things could change. This is subject to change, but I think definitively, as of right now, iDubbbz has become a LOLCOW. Now, being the man of science that I am aware that there's going to be scrutiny for my analysis. So I am going to provide for you a control group for my criteria to show you that this is indeed the accurate diagnosis for iDubbbz. So I'm going to take someone I really do not like and someone who has been accused of maybe becoming a LOLCOW, but personally I do not think they are, and that is Hassan Piker. Now let's run through the criteria. The first one is the release of embarrassing information. Well, yes, Hassan has done this, and this could be an indicator down the line that someone could become a LOLCOW. This doesn't necessarily mean that they are in fact a LOLCOW just because they have one of the criteria. I will concede that Hassan has offered up very weird and embarrassing information about attending brothels and Diddy parties, but this is not the smoking gun here. Now, criteria 2. I do believe that people definitely enjoy watching Hassan Piker. Yes, are a lot of them, politically aligned to him, but I think at the end of the day, for him to get the amount of views he gets and the amount of people watching his streams, if his stats are correct and Twitch isn't lying, I think that there are people who are genuine fans of Hassan and that there are more fans of his watching his streams and making content about it than there are people that dislike it watching it. And while it can be debated whether or not Hassan has lost control of his narrative, he definitely has some points in his direction, as he does have the ability to work with the mainstream media and MSNBC, who will do puff piece profiles about how he's the savior of the left, and he definitely has the economic foothold. He is not, the people making stuff about Hassan are in no way probably making anywhere near as much as Hassan is making across all his orbiters and his streams and his deals with Twitch and Amazon and whoever. He's rightfully making money off his content, and I think an appropriate ratio to those who are making content about him. Now again, there will be outliers and people who are LOLCOWs that maybe do not quite reach this criteria, but this is just a line of best fit that I have created to hopefully get some sort of baseline diagnosis or analysis towards whether or not someone is a LOLCOW. And ultimately, I think iDubbbz is a LOLCOW. I think he's got a bunch of A-logs that are messing with him currently, and I think ultimately he meets the criteria, and you can feel free to disagree with me. Let me know down in the comments whether or not you think iDubbbz is a LOLCOW or not. Do you think the definition fits? Do you like my criteria? Do you think it's wrong? Let me know down in the comments down below. And if you like this video, give it a like. Please consider subscribing. I'm very close to 1,000 subs and would love to hit it here this month. And if you didn't like this video, make sure you leave a dislike and a hate comment. It helps me in the algorithm. And I thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.